You can now also do depth estimation with the Ultralytics YOLO models. All you have to do is just take a single image, throw it into the model, and we get a depth estimation out. So we have a full map where we can estimate depth in our images. This is a pretty big breakthrough, and now we can also be combined with object detection, instant segmentation. You can take all the pixels of a specific object that you're detecting, and you can get the depth of every single pixel there as well. We're going to compare this in this video. We're going to run it. We're going to compare it with some of the other models out there so we can take a look at the output results. But one of the main things here is that it's going to be crazy fast to run. So you can easily run object detection and depth estimation in real time, even on CPU, lower end GPU. This is pretty awesome, and it can be used in the exact same way as all the other YOLO models out there. So let's just jump straight into the documentation, and we're going to open up the IDE in a second, but let's just go through it. You can find it inside the task tab that we have in the documentation. So now YOLO supports detection, segmentation, semantic segmentation, depth estimation, classification, post estimation, RNA bounding boxes. Every single task that you can imagine in the computer vision space is now supported. So it's going to be monocular depth estimation. We only need a single camera. It works on both images, videos, and so on. So this is pretty cool. It's just a single RGB. We can see we get a float map back with the height and width. So this is just going to be a single image, and then every single pixel will be the estimated depth in the object. And we can see here that this is relative depth that we are predicting. So let's go down here and take a look at it. We have all the different model variations still. So in the exact same way as all the other models, you can use them in the same way. This is pretty cool. So we can see some of the sizes. So it's going to run a bit higher pixel resolution, so we can get even better details in our depth maps. The parameters is still on the lower end. We can see the speed on a Tensor RT10. This is milliseconds on a T4. So this is like a lower end GPU, and milliseconds on the nano version is less than 3 milliseconds. So this is well above 300 frames per second running at depth map. So you can easily squeeze multiple object detection models through depth maps, combine all of it, so you can actually like do 3D reconstructions of object and get a whole understanding of your scenes, where are objects related to each other, and you can then map it with respect to each other too. You can read more about like all the metrics, all the theoretical stuff in here, but now we're going to do a speed comparison with depth anything 2, and this is also what I'm going to test out in our code editor. So this is the previous state-of-the-art like monocular depth estimation model, especially when we're talking about speed and being able to run them in real time. So this is a widely used baseline for monocular depth. It's using the vision transformer backbone, where here we are more using the convolutional neural networks. So it's just the base version of the YOLO models. Depth anything v2, this is the base, this is the small, and we can compare it here with the YOLO models. So significantly faster. You can see here it's almost like 10 times faster if we go down to the nano small version. We can see the speed up versus the small, 5x, 7x versus the base model. So we can get all the way up to 20x faster speed up compared to the other model, and similar results. So this is a pretty big breakthrough in the computer vision space. You can see it at different image resolutions here, as we can see. Tensor RT optimization for both models, so we're comparing it 1-to-1. We can see the depths that we're getting out, why the head is unbound. You can read more about it in here with the depth range, so you can see what are the values that you're extracting, how do we need to go in there and scale it so we get it into actual absolute metrics. So we can see the data sets, the depth range. This is how it's trained. We have the released models. This is how we can train it on our own. If you want to use any of the data sets up here, we train it in the exact same way as the other models. You just create an instance of it, we train it, and then you can always specify your own custom model. You can also fine tune it if you don't want to train it from scratch, and we can also just use it in any other way out there. So you can calibrate the depth scale. You really need to go in and take a look at this one here. So depending on what data set you have, the relative scene structure that you have, you can see that the depth head separates shape from scale. So this is the absolute meters. We need to make sure that we can calibrate for that, so we have some reference in the image, or else it pretty much just knows that, okay, what is the relation with my hand and the microphone at this point here, but we need to know the actual distance to be able to use it out there. So the calibration, of course, needs a ground truth depth to fit against, and then you can fine tune it on your own data set. So we need to have a labeled split. So we can see here just 100 images is enough, and we just call model.calibrate instead of model.train, and then we can now save our calibrated YOLO model. So this is very, very important. You can see if a model already produces good relative depth of your scenes, but the absolute values are off for your camera, you can correct the scale in seconds with the calibration. So that's why we need it, to convert it from relative into absolute, so we actually get it in meters or whatever scale and whatever we are going to use it for in our own use case. So then we can have the model output metric depth, so we can use it straight out from the output, use it for our own applications and projects, which is very important, so we don't have to go in and scale it, like find references in the image and all that. So if you have the ground truth, definitely make sure to do that, and this is where you're going to get the most values using these models, and we're going to cover everything here on the channel. You can do validation if you want to run that. You can use the models directly out of the box, just run the predict method, load an instance of the model, get the results through, you will get the depth map, and then you can index the depth map. So it's just going to be an additional channel in your image. So you have an RGB image, and then you have a depth channel as well. So you have a 4-channel image where you can always just extract the exact depth from the coordinate. This is the results output. This is how we can extract it. Again, this is just a per pixel depth map in a single channel. You can colorize the depth map so you can see what is actually going on, or else it's just going to be grayscale. Usually you scale it from 0 to 1, or your metric depth value that you can just multiply it with. But we can also go in and colorize it with Ultralytics, show the results, so it's much easier to see for the human eye. This is pretty much everything. You can also export it if you want to run it in any of the optimized frameworks to get the best performance possible. So definitely make sure to check that out. We have videos covering everything in here, but it's pretty much just a new task for depth estimation. You can use it in the exact same way as all the other models. Let's jump into our code editor. I'm going to show you some examples here that we can run through. This is the demo that we're going to create. Just compare these two models. The framework, we can see it's over double as fast with the YOLO26 medium model, and has pretty good frame by frame consistency in the videos as well, and very comparable to the Depth Anything V2 small version. It's just much faster. So we're just going to process this video, take a look at it. We have a draw text with background. So this is just some utility functions. The main part is loading the depth model. So this is how we can load it. We're going to load the YOLO model in this way here, and then the Depth Anything 2 model, we're going to use the transformers from Hug and Face to do that. So we need a bit more here compared to just YOLO. We just load it with YOLO, and it's going to take care of everything. Then we can predict the depth map. So we're going to take the model that we want to run, and that's going to be the Depth Anything V2, and also the X26, the processor that we want to run it on, the frame, and also the device. So we're just going to run a prediction here. For the Depth Anything 2 model, we need to throw it through a processor first, so it does all the scaling of the image pixels. It does some pre-processing before we get the input to our models. Then it's going to pass those inputs, pre-processed inputs into the model. We will get the outputs out, and then we need to post-process as well to get our output results. So then it's just going to have the disparities, and then we need to invert it. So again, we have bigger is further away in our image. So the disparity is pretty much just the pixel change. YOLO Depth Anything, we're going to load the depth model. We're going to set up a video writer so we can write out the output videos so we can show them to our colleagues and friends. We're just going to have a while loop running through all the frames that we have. Right now we can open up the source with 0. It's going to open up a webcam and use that. We can specify the size, the model that we want to use, and the device. So if you have CPU, GPU, or you're using the optimized frameworks. Going to resize it. We're going to predict the depth with the specific model. So again, depends on which model we're running for what test. We're just going to resize the image back here again to the original one. We're going to add weighting with our colored output. So we're going to color our depth map, and then we're just going to apply like this opacity frame from our depth on top of our original image. Going to calculate the frames per second. We have the utility functions to add the text with the background, and that's pretty much everything that we have. First of all, we need to make sure that we have pip installed Ultralytics. Let's just open up a new terminal. Make sure, like, if you run into any errors, it's most likely because you haven't upgraded Ultralytics to support the new depth model. And we also need to pip install transformers. This is for the Depth Anything. This has nothing to do with the YOLO models. Again, everything will be down in the description, so you can grab it from there. To start with, we're just going to run the YOLO Depth Anything model. It's going to output metric depths, and the weights are, of course, automatically downloaded. So Depth Anything, I need to cd into my folder first. There we go, Python depth anything comparison.py. We're gonna run it here and we will get the results in just a second. So after we've done that, we can then uncomment these lines of code here, and we can pretty much just run our depth anything v2 model and compare them side by side as we saw with the demo. I'm on my MacBook, so I only have CPU available. There we go. This is just running on my CPU with the YOLO26 medium model. I can go all the way down to nano and it's going to be significantly faster. So we're just going to let it run here. All you have to do is just change this one to nano. Let me just interrupt it. We can rerun it. It's going to download the model, and now it's going to run with the nano version, and we can see we're getting around 11, 12 frames per second, 80 milliseconds. So it should go up here a bit, which is just our averages running. So this is how easy it is to just swap out the model, run it. You can run much faster, and this is just running on my CPU. We can comment out this line of code. There we go. And now we can run the other model. That's going to be the depth anything 2 version. This is the small version and v2. So now we can see that it's running on my CPU and we're getting like less than 1 frame per second. This is like 600 milliseconds, so a little more than 1 frame per second, like 1.23 frames per second. So this is significantly slower compared to the other models that we were running. We're getting good depth map. We're also getting good depth map with the YOLO models. This is how easy to use the new YOLO depth task. Definitely go in and check it out. It's very useful for a lot of computer vision applications where you need to understand it in 3D space. A lot of times, yes, we can detect the 2D bounding boxes going through, but a lot of times we need to project it into 3D space, get relation in the 3D space. Just think about humanoid robots, need to be able to interact with the real world. This is the next steps for computer vision. Hope you learned a ton. Definitely check out everything down in the description. Let us know what you're going to use this new depth model for, and I hope to see you guys in one of the upcoming videos. Until then, happy building.